what up, hip hop? It's your boy Michelangelo of Hip Hop back here with the Culture Club Radio here at Area 67. I got a good show for y'all this episode. I got a good friend of mine, Meaty da General. We're going to talk about something that, an aspect of hip hop that I keep seeing, I keep hearing the word clout get thrown around. And I want to sit with somebody who I know can really break it down to you, the difference between being a clout chaser, doing stuff for clout, or just being true and building a legit reputation, not just in the streets, but as an independent artist as well. So, before I get started on today, it's Sunday. My Browns played today. So first off, I need y'all to put some respect on my Browns this year. 3-1. They ain't been 3-1 since 2001.
Man. Dog pound, man. Big dogs, man.
They ain't been 3-1 since 2001. Okay? So, I want to give a shout out to Odell Beckham for bringing 3 to the house, forwards in every which way. I want to give a shout out to Kareem Hunt. You know, I want to give a shout out to the defensive coordinator,
Myles Garrett,
yeah. Eaton. I want to give a shout out to Denzel Ward. I need Denzel Ward. I know you probably ain't gonna hear this, but if you do, bro, like just put butter in stuff if you need to. Like just all baked beans and cheese and mac and I need you to find, there's way too many good ass restaurants out here in Cleveland. I need you to get a residency at Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish and just be there eating every day. Put some weight on, my G, please. But anyway, so before I start the interview, y'all know I like to keep people up to date on some situations that happen here in the culture. A little news update. First and foremost, y'all gotta chill, man. Yes, I believe it was yesterday. The baby had a little, he's shooting a music video for one of his new singles. And I guess because he in the video flashing a lot of money, he may have gave a little bit too much information. And some people found out where this location was, and they knew that he had a lot of money on him. So, of course, don't think North Carolina's sweet. Charlotte ain't sweet. Anybody who's ever been there and know real people it get real in Charlotte. They got to shoot and some young lady ended up getting shot. Look, y'all. First off, let's say you succeed in doing this. Then what? You know what I mean? You got the bragging rights to say that you hit the baby, who know that a lot of these shoots and stuff being sure, a lot of this stuff be just for images. Like they not stupid enough to put that much money out there without some type of security on it. You know what I mean?
For sure.
We not talking little league shit. So you got a case if you get caught for shooting somebody. You know what I mean? Over money you didn't get. Like, it wasn't worth it. It was a dumb move.
Yeah, for sure.
And then, like, also, if you're going to be moving like that, don't get caught up in the social media shit. Flashing your money and your location and putting your business out there. A lot of that shit, to me, seem like it's done for clout. Because real people who do this know you don't put that type of information out.
Right.
Not openly.
Right.
Just because there's way too many people that could get hurt, like this young lady.
Right. That's like at the same time when I do a lot of little videos or different little events and everything, I tell people to hit me up in my DM, and then I feel like the ones who I feel may be worthy of the information or, where we shooting it at, and I drop it to them. Other than that, it'll show I read and I never respond. But at the same time, I don't do that just because of me, because at the same time, when I do shit, I'm from the streets, so when I do shit, I might have, Blase skip over here and what's his name over here, parked on every back street, got everything cornered out and everything boxed in. But, at the same time, you got to worry about the others that surround you and everything and shit, because, a lot, nowadays, a lot of these dudes, they ain't just shooting to get their man no way, man. You know, they shoot from afar. Cause they,
right.
Not just because they want to get away. But
they shooting at a crowd.
Yeah, they shoot at the same time. They just hoping they hit somebody or something. They hit somebody close to you or something so they can brag about it, though. Like, you know, they ain't really doing it how, you know, how people say, like, the old gangsters say, like, in the olden days. Like, that's the only thing I respect about, like, when they used to say, like, when the old niggas say that, like, oh, yeah, back in my days, because I really hate that, like, when people say that, like, back in my days, man, back in your days, oh, well, it ain't your days no more.
Right.
But, you know, like, yeah, that's one thing about it, though. Like, back in them days, like, you know, people was getting a man, though, like, and it wasn't innocent. People being shot like kids and women and shit like that, though. That's what I respect, though. But, like, you know, that's why I don't really drop the location, little shit like that, though. Like I said, I ain't worried about me and shit. Like I'm covered.
You got to cover your team.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Sure,
you got to make sure your team is
especially
good.
when your team is as big as mine is, though. Like, I might not get hit, but who's to say that if we 100 deep, that this person don't get hit or this person don't get hit? We 100 deep. Like, you ain't got to have aim and shit when you just shoot in the crowd, though.
Right. So, for those who don't know who Meaty da General is, I guess I should introduce him at some point in the show, right? Meaty da General go way back. This is a dude who has made a name in the streets as a dude in the streets. Not like somebody who from somewhere else just start claiming it, or somebody who you know, they just got hip to social media, so they trying to find their lane or something. But somebody who we've all seen in the hood. Like, people who from, you know, the 116 Leonard Crave area, people who from where we from, they know who you are. You know?
Ain't no doubt.
So for those who don't know you, Meaty, give them a quick rundown of who you are.
Man, listen, man. I'm 32 years old, man. I got over 31 years on the block I rep, man, and I don't just rep my block like one of these niggas out here just screaming it out for clout. Since we talk, that's what the situation we talking about in the area we covering. Like, I did this shit, man. Like, this is what my family came up at. You know, my mama from right here, my grandma from right here, and everything. So I know niggas, grandmas and mamas and all that. Like, we a family. This is what we was trying to tell them from the jump in 2008 when we got swept and everything. And we went to jail, like, you know, we were more of a family. They made us out to be a gang. So, you know, like, I did time in 08 when they swept us and everything, but I did my time for being loyal.
Right.
Like, I did my time because I ain't open my mouth like a lot of dudes be doing and all that, like, you know. So, I did my time so everybody else not on my indictment, but on my case on the indictment can get less time. Like, I was the first one to get time and everything, like, you know. But it ain't nothing I regret, though. Like, I'll do it all again, though, like, with no problem, without a blink of an eye. Like, you know, that's just who I am. My mother tell me all the time that my loyalty gonna be the death of me. You know? So,
as somebody who's actually gone through it, like, a lot of these artists we see, they talk about your life, essentially, because people think that's cool.
That's what they want to hear.
Right. It's popular. Yeah. But as somebody who actually went through it, somebody who, you know, went to prison for an extended amount of time, had the opportunity to be a rat, had the opportunity to, you know, really, you know, turn on everybody you loved and cared about, and saw that opportunity to not. What do you think is the appeal to that lifestyle that make people want to say, yeah, oh, I'm such and such and such and such from over here, ask anybody about me, but really if you did, that's not who they actually are.
Right.
What makes you think what do you think it is about the lifestyle you live that makes people want to emulate it?
Like, everybody want to be street. Like, so, you know, for somebody and shit, like, it's easily be like to be part of the streets, but not be street. Like, just because you grew up on the street, that don't make you street, though.
Right.
And a lot of people don't know who they are as self. A lot of people, when they look in the mirror, they don't know who they looking at, though. Like, they still trying to find an image and everything. And then, also, a lot of people and shit, like, right now and shit, like, with this whole heroin epidemic right now, it make it easy for people that was nobody to be somebody. because you ain't really got to be a hustler to sell that. Like, it's gonna sell itself. So like, so now that they got money and they got the clout and everything, like they still catching up on, you know, what they didn't have back then though. Like the girls, the cars, the clothes, the jewelry. They getting that now. So they trying to create themselves now, but it's too late in the game. Because the numbers that they're giving out now, depending on the numbers they're getting out back then, is different. Yeah. They giving y'all football numbers right now, and I ain't talking about quarterback numbers either. You know, they giving out serious numbers, and then by them giving out serious numbers like that, when people get their time, when they get the time that they hear the time that they looking at, like now, now that they got that and everything, they got everything that they was gaining, like the girls and all of that, like. They're not ready to just leave that alone and just let that go. Like, they can't, because that's the first thing in their mind. They not even thinking about their kids or their family that's going to be out here left and use the breadwinner. You the one taking care of everything. You the one paying the bills. They thinking about what's the next nigga finna be fucking my girl. Right. So they don't want that.
That's all they got is that identity.
Yeah, and that's what they did it for at the end of the day.
So like, you are, people who don't know, Meaty one of the hottest artists here in Cleveland. You know, and the stuff he's talking now, you can hear in his music, right? You an independent artist. For sure. You know, you ain't got a label buying studio time. You ain't got a label buying beats. I do all that shit. You do all that shit yourself.
I'll take care of all that shit myself.
So you run into a lot of these artists who are performing that, who they just making that music because they see people like that, but it's not who they really are. What do you think is the weirdest thing? What is the weirdest thing about that interaction? Because, I mean, as an artist, you got to interact with them. What's the weirdest part about that?
I interact with all of them. I see everybody and shit, you know. Then, like, at the same time, like, even ones who I ain't... Because it's a few and shit like that that I rock with heavy and shit, but the ones who ain't, like... You know, it might be for that reason. Like, when I be around them and everything, like, I can feel it. And not just I can feel it, I know the people that they signed to, like, personally, like, and everything. And I know, like, what they really be signing for. So by me really be knowing what people be signing for, I'll just be looking, like, we be out in the spots, like, or when I be on Instagram and I see a post or I see a post or something like that or a caption. And I look at it and I be like, damn, like, why did he even say that? Like, when it's really, like, it's really not that. Like, you really didn't get it out the mud. You really didn't. You really not doing this on your own. You really signed for some pennies. So that just let me know that you don't know your worth. Like, you know.
And, like, you just put out a single, right? You just put out a single. That's yours. You own that track, right? That's that's your product. You can do whatever you want to with it.
For sure.
A lot of these guys who claiming they bosses, they claiming they
don't own the rights to their own music, man.
They can't do nothing with that. All they can do is just rehearse it.
Music,
That's it. They catch a check for it every time it play. That's about it. They got a paycheck for it. They made something for somebody else. Whoever you made it for, that's who owns it.
That's why I talk and I speak how I speak. Like, cause I own my own shit. Like, don't nobody own me, man. Like, I ain't finna be slaving for no white crackers. I ain't finna be slaving for the next nigga or nothing. Like, I did that when I was in jail because I was forced to do that. Like, I was forced to work for pennies when I was in there. Like, I ain't coming out here to do the same thing. Like,
and I think because you have gone all the way through it, you get that perspective. Most people don't consider that there's people working for pennies a day, cents a day.
If they really
hunger, though. That's the difference between thirst and hunger, though.
Right.
You feel me? When you hungry, you know exactly what you want to eat. That thirst, it'll just try you to do something.
Right. So, you also are a great lyricist. Anybody who's ever listened to his music, you can't deny.
I'm the coldest in the city.
You the coldest in the city. Hey. Now, often with, like, trap music, people often, they settle for, like, you know, maybe the lyrics ain't the bars ain't really there, but they like the attitude, the vibe of it. You know what I mean? A lot of people just ride vibes nowadays. But you, as an artist who's still a lyricist, it's very refreshing too, because there's not a lot of people with bars out there for real.
Right.
You know what I mean? How do you balance being artistic but still keeping how do you balance that trap vibe with the artistic lyricism that you go for?
Cause it's like, all right, like the trap, like that ain't nothing but like another word, like for the, like, you know, like, and it's like it all come the same category of being street. Like that's in me. Like I'm the concrete, man. I'm the pavement, man.
Right.
You know, I'm what they walk on. Like it don't get more streeter than that. Like so that's in me. But then like the lyrics and everything, like, you know, that come from like, cause like things I've been around and I've read a lot of books and I pay attention to what's going on. Like, so it ain't nothing like for me to drop some lyrics, drop some real bars though. Like, cause like I done studied
anybody
this shit.
who know you know your book game crazy. Your book game crazy.
Yeah, I read a lot of books, man. I done read a lot of books by the greats and everything.
Right.
And then I done went back over them and not just skim through the books or just seeing a word. If it was a word that I didn't understand, I'll go back in the dictionary and look it up and then go back and reread it. So now it's not like I just read the book. It's like I know the book, like I understand it. Like a lot of people read books and everything and they'll just blow through it just to say that I read that book.
Right.
But you can ask them what that book about, and they can't really tell you what that book about.
Right,
Like,
they
I understand the books that I read though,
right,
like, and everything, and I didn't just only read Triple Crowns. Like I done read a lot of other books though, like.
Right, and then I think it's interesting that like a lot of people say nobody reads anymore, but it doesn't take me long to run across a person and tell like, okay, I could tell this person read a lot. I can tell this person has, and like you say, not just
intellect.
Not just skim through books, but like to look into a book and try to understand what that book was trying to tell them. Trying to find some information in that book.
Right.
Like I'm a preacher of invest yourself into whatever it is you love, and that doesn't just mean money and time, but like want to know about that shit. Like I do music, y'all know me. I'm in the studio all the time.
For sure.
All the time. Because I would rather invest my time and attention to that shit. Niggas out here, they looking at hoes, but they trying to be rappers. Then why you so invested in the hoes? You supposed to be invested in the rap. The hoes gonna come. You ain't gotta invest into that. You distracted. Or niggas be investing into you know, the cars, the clothes, or whatever else it is, and then they find themselves out there like that. And then they take a hit, they take a lick, and everything fall apart because they lost focus. Yeah,
but the only reason they invest in their time in the cars and clothes, or well, not even, I can't even say cars, because cars, you know, that's still, you can still flip your money and get it back. Right. On that. But like clothes and hoes, like a lot of people invest their time in that because, like I said, they don't know who they are. And they doing this because this is what they see the next person doing, that you competing with. Right. But the next person that you might be competing with might not even be on your level for real, but he making it look real good. Right. So for real, you it's like you chasing the ghost, it's like you Pac-Man. Right. You chasing the ghost.
Right. Like the you know, I'm 32 myself, right?
Right.
Older. I've been around long enough to see like the very end of the people who originated it. And then it developed into where we at right now, you know. So I wasn't there I'm not old enough to have seen like the origins of hip hop, but I'm old enough to see what was left behind by the originators and see what it became. You know what I mean? You used to have to build a reputation. You used to have done something, and people had to have known that you did it, verified.
Right.
In order for you to be able to say that's something that you did.
For sure.
But now, anybody could say, yo, I got bodies. Throw tattoos on their face, tears all on their eyes. They could show guns in the videos, and people will believe it.
Yeah, for sure.
Because everybody got a camera now, and you can show 1 million people a picture of something and call it true. If 1,000 of them say it's true, 2 or 3 of them gonna believe it.
Yeah, for sure. Because they gonna feel like they're outnumbered. Like they gonna feel like they ain't got no choice but to believe it.
Right. That's the weirdest thing to me that I've seen as hip hop has progressed. How easily a lie can be believed.
And that's another thing though too. Like, cause I said it all the time. I said it to my mans all the time. Like, it don't matter what you've done. Like right now, like how this shit is and everything, this day and age. It don't matter what you done. Or how much respect you got in the streets, or how many heads you done bust and all this shit, like fist work, gunplay, whatever. Like, if the next young nigga that's coming up, if he ain't see you do this, it'd be like, and just crazy because like what you just said, like if 1,000 people, you could flip that the next way. Like if 1,000 people say that you a gangster, these 3 people ain't got no choice but to believe it because they heard 1,000 people say it. Mm-hmm. But now, also how it is now, like if 1,000 people say that you a gangster and everything, but these young niggas is coming up, they fuck what they heard. They ain't see you do this.
They ain't seeing it.
They don't believe it.
Right.
So they'll force you. They'll force your hand.
They gonna challenge
be the next
you.
nigga that you have to show something to.
Right.
You know, so at the same time with me knowing that though, like not just believing it or not just hearing about it, me knowing that, that's the reason that's what keeps me on the streets because I know that. And I know at the same time, like I know that and I know, like, damn, like, I ain't finna let this young nigga trick me out my spot and everything because he think it's a game. Because at the same time, I ain't really gotta press the button because I know that ain't what he want, and I know he ain't really forcing me to. But a lot of niggas allow niggas to trick you out your spot and then make you do something, and then you be stuck in that cage and you be looking silly, like for real, like because everything fall back on you. When you the glue to the puzzle, you the one that's piecing all the pieces together, and everything falling back on you now that you gone, and everything falling apart because you the one kept it together. They ain't finna trick me on my spot, so like you know, like I see past all that.
What do you think? You know, there will be a time where we become the old heads, where we become the old homies, the OGs. Yeah. What do you think the responsibility is for you right now, for the young niggas coming up right now who want to be where you are? You know, they see where you are right now. They may not have, like you said, they ain't seen all the other stuff, you know, the cases and the you know, trials and tribulations. They just see where you are right now, and they want to get there. What advice would you give them, you know, to help them, you know, get to where they need to be better?
No, I just tell people, like, you know, like that's why, another reason, like, to sum that up, like, on Instagram right now, like, when I see people got something going on, like, you know, like, positive or whatever, like, that they might be doing with themselves, like, I might hashtag, I don't got to know you or nothing, I might hashtag, like, keep going and shit like that, like, because, like, you know, like, you might not see satisfaction immediately. But as long as you keep going and you keep that same energy that you got, while you at the bottom, you gon' see it before it's all said and done, though. Like, and at the same time, like, your vision, nobody's vision, a lot of people ain't gonna see the next person's vision while they at the bottom. Because it's not their vision. But once you have something going and you're successful with that, that's when a lot of people respect it and they try to put the money behind it. All you got to do is keep going. Whether if you're going to accept the money that they put behind it or if not, or you'll keep going by yourself, like what y'all do. Like, because I don't need the money that y'all putting behind it now. Like, I done made that money 20 times over. Like, by myself. Like, so the money you talking about, like, I feel like they
can't buy.
No,
they can't take the song from you because they can't give you anything other than money, and you got it. You got money.
You can't give me nothing. What can you offer me, man?
So, like, a lot of artists right now are really shining a light on how shitty these contracts really be.
Yeah, but they signed them.
They signed them.
They signed them. And a lot of people, like, at the same time, they had lawyers and everything check over the contracts before they signed them and everything.
And then they still
at the same time, like, you really can't be as mad at the person that you signed to now. You need to go check that up with your lawyer that you had check into that. Like, I know a dude in particular, like you know, like particular, like that signed the contract, and it was, you know, fucked up to his liking. But at the same time, before he signed it, like I signed the same contract. But my contract, okay, I didn't sign the same contract. I signed a contract to the same label. But like at the same time, like,
you made sure the contract was right. Ain't signed.
It wasn't even that. It wasn't even that. It wasn't even that with me. The person that we was signing the contract to, I signed it with my eyes closed without even thinking. because it was the love and the loyalty.
Right.
Like, this person read over it, and the things he didn't understand, went and sat with a lawyer and had him read over it. And he read over it and everything and broke it down to him in the lamest terms or whatever, however he broke it down to him.
Right.
And he still signed a contract. But at the same time, after the situation and everything took place, like, and the man was putting the money behind it and all that, like, he didn't want to, he wasn't liking his contract, but it's the same contract, this is the same team that got you hot.
Got you. So
Like,
you saying he wasn't happy with the contract because he felt like he wasn't getting as much out of it as he was hoping to, even though they gave him everything they promised him that he would. In those situations, like, if you signed on it, that's what you obligated to, and nothing more.
Nothing more. Nothing more. None less, nothing more.
They ain't got to give you a dime more. So anything more you get.
Yeah, like, you ain't get ganked. You ain't get fucked in your contract or nothing. Like, you got what you got. Like,
why do you think it's so easy?
And I say that, it's like, when I say you got what you got, that's just like, if you up your pole on the broad, and the bitch said that you working with 4 inches, how the fuck can you expect 6 inches when we go in this room? I upped on you when I was hard, it was 4. Like, so you got what you got, though. Like,
that might be the best analogy I've ever gotten.
For real.
That might be the best analogy I've ever gotten, man. So you got a new project coming out soon, right?
For sure. All
right,
I got 2 of them coming out.
You got 2 of them coming out.
You're welcome and unapproachable.
All right, so for those who don't know your music, describe what your music is like. What to expect from these upcoming projects?
Like, my shit be like, for real, like, You're Welcome. It's like, I'm taking it back to the essence on You're Welcome. Mm-hmm. Like, when I say that, like, when I started off and shit, I was like 16 years old. I started off rapping and shit, I was 14. Mm-hmm. But I started recording and everything when I was 16. Like, I was covering beats. Mm-hmm. Like, any beat that came out that was hot. This is back when it was LimeWire.
Yeah.
Any beat that came out that was hot.
I remember them days, man.
I used to go on my nigga Beefy in them basement and everything and shit. And we used to pull up LimeWire. I pull it up and I download whatever hot beat that just came out. Mm-hmm. And I used to just freestyle over it right there in the basement. Mm-hmm. And I used to go up the street to my house on 127th in the crave for like, and I had a beat on the CD. I burned it on the CD and I have it on the CD. And I write. I had millions of notepads when the feds came and kicked our house in. Mm-hmm. And now I write to the beat. And then I go to the studio and shit. I fuck with my nigga Lil Mike and everything. Showing 119th and Union. Yeah. And I used to go in the studio with him and I used to drop shit. So I say I'm taking it back to the essence on You're Welcome because that's what You're Welcome is. Like, it's like a dedication, like for Lil Wayne dedication.
Right, got you,
Lil Wayne
got
drought,
you.
Like,
so you taking like the hottest songs out right now, and you mashing them up.
Yeah, if it's not the hottest songs right now, it's like a classic song. Like,
right.
You know, I'm dropping my own version of it. Right. That's You're Welcome. I'm just giving that to the streets. Like, you know, I'm printing out all CDs with that.
All right, you doing presses and shit
like
with
you
it
can't
too.
even go on no social media and get that.
Got you.
Like, I'm putting out all CDs for that. You got to go hand in hand with me. Like,
right. You
got to get from somebody in my circle.
Right.
To get You're Welcome. But then, like, Unapproachable, that's going to be the next, like, joint, like, that I drop, like, on all original shit, though. Like,
got you.
And the reason I'm calling it that, because, like, that ain't what I feel. That's what I know. Like, I'm unapproachable. You can't approach me about nothing.
Right. All right, man. I appreciate you coming through and fucking with me, man. Let people know where they can find you, where they can reach you, and tell them a little bit more about, you know, what you got coming up, any events, what's on the schedule, man.
Man, I got a lot of shit going on, but for real, like, you know, to find out all that, all you gotta do is hit me up. Follow me on Instagram at LA2_Jefe. That's Jefe. That's Jefe. Because a lot of people be saying Hele Jeffy and Hele Jeff. That ain't what that is, man. For y'all don't know, man. That mean the boss of LA, man. Hit me up, LA2_Jefe. And all that. Like, you can hit me up on there. You can see what I got going on and all that. Like, and when everything dropping and when I'm doing shows here or doing interviews here and everything. I'm in a couple movies. I'm in Ray Jr. movie. Legit Paper the movie that's coming out. I'm on the soundtrack of that. I got a video coming out and everything that we just did for the song on the soundtrack of that. Me, Shank and Pooh Gutter. You know, my boys, you know, we doing a lot of shit, man. Like, you know, got my own label, King Vision. Shout out to my nigga Boo. You know, like I said, like, you know, I don't don't nobody own me, man. I own myself, man.
Bet, man. Appreciate you coming through with the bottles and shit.
Oh, man,
on the sippage.
Do say, man, for sure, man. You know, shouts out to Hov. Shouts out to Hov, man. What's up, man?
Every time I see these dudes, they turn, man.
Ain't no doubt. Oh yeah, and you know, a lot of y'all know that y'all be fucking with that Tron still. Y'all know about my cartel niggas, man. Casamigo, my friend. And, you know, you gotta have what's going on, man.
It's like 4:30, man.
Oh, man.
It's early.
Let's go Browns, man.
Right.
That's the reason to celebrate.
Right.
Beat the shit out of them Cowboys. Let's go Browns. I got people in Dallas right now, man. They celebrating, man.
Oh, people ain't answering my phone today.
Yeah.
People not answering my phone today because I'm in ears.
Yeah.
I'm in ear holes. I got way too many people out in Texas who hate to hear from me right now. But appreciate you coming through. We're going to take a quick little break, and then I'll be right back here on the Culture Club Radio. My name is Michelangelo of Hip Hop. I'm here with Meaty da General. And if y'all ain't aware, go check out what was the
Fed Up, man.
Fed Up. Go ahead and check
Fed Up on all platforms
on
right now.
all
man.
platforms.
Fed Up.
He got new projects coming out. Look him up. Follow him on Instagram at La Jefe. We'll be right back. Peace.
We up all night. I'm going off the Douce. I ain't talking ketamine. Married to the game, bitch. You don't see the sweater ring. I'm living a good life. The feds try to ruin it. They hate to see a young black wavy nigga doing it. Cap on, Brent Bent, Denzel every time. Man, I'm with the bullshit. Denzel Valentine. I try to tell them that I've been a big deal. Like what the fuck is a M besides a kid's meal? Came through on them big wheels. Not just the one in the front, even on the fifth wheel of that black Jeep coming down Collins. Really run the streets, I am not seen jogging. You would never hear about me out seen starving. Finesse game crazy how I outthink smarter. Heavenly Father, forgive me for my sins as I'm facing these charges and dodging police charges. Remember when I used to serve crack fiend Barbara? That's back when I used to have a Sack King starter. Start selling water. That's when I got my money up and got rid of the weight without getting a tummy tuck. First place in this race, you niggas runners up. I mean, you had a good run, but now your runners up. Everybody eats, see, even my runners up. In the dark, I'ma shine like the sun is up. What the fuck is up? The answer's probably I. Humpback, crooked letter I. Bump that, dump back, hit him in his eye. Fuck that, who you know can cook a better pie? In 30 minutes flat, I'll pull up where you at. I'm serving whole things, don't call me about no track. Focus on the road, the riches you sidetracked. Need roadside assistance, your guys flat. My contract, these gotta be about 3 commas. Fuck 12, still screaming free drama. We honor closed mouths, not talking to the honor. No matter where I go, I'm good, I got me, mama. Keep llamas, so what if I reap karma? The heat's on us. Block hotter than 3 saunas, don't sleep on us. We're coming the way you sleep, armored, they're armed up. These fuck boys can't harm us. We charged up, them boys dead, no charge us. We charge them 3 times more than they charge us. It's wartime, they go hard, we go harder. It's mandatory, if one shoot, we all bust. The law come, I'm ducked off, get my bands up. These niggas all fake, really know they can't stand us. Say whatever you want, just don't bring the fam up. She ain't tryna split my pole, she call it bad luck. Told her I ain't putting no lease, we don't do handcuffs. Think we done fucked up every nigga that ran up. Never took the stand in every jam I stand up. One thing I know for sure, stay ain't fucking with Pam, son. Made more off the Samsung, probably the Samsung. Niggas play foul, we score, pussy and one. These niggas ain't fucking with me, and since they looking, I'ma give them something to see. Shit roll the credit, fucking forget it. I got diesel jeans on, smoking unleaded, counting up lettuce. I'm so rebellious, trunk in the front, but I can't tell you where my head is. No ceiling.
Hey, thank here in the Culture Club Radio. Lighten up the booth. Once again, let them know where they can find you.
I do it for the culture, man. Hit me up on Instagram, LA2_JEFE. Hefe, man. LA's boss, man. You gotta know that, man.
Yo, thank y'all for tuning in once again to the Culture Club Radio. My name is Michelangelo of Hip Hop. This is Meaty da General. We gonna see y'all next time. Peace.
In a minute.